Hello FIGGIE and collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Lord of the Rings Toybiz figure review. Today we're going to be having a look at the ever watchful eye and presence of Sauron, the main antagonist of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. First, as per always, we're going to take a quick look at the packaging that this figure came in, then the figure itself. This was only released in this bubble and card style packaging for Return of the King. We've got lovely silhouetted artwork there, some of the characters on horseback, the map of Middle-earth just inside the bubble to offset that figure, a picture, or rather toy photography within a ring, electronic Eye of Sauron, and there's also a try me button there, so you could try that in store. I really like the bubble design as well because there's some engraving of which looks really nice. It looks like elvish. Presentation on these boxes that Toybiz did were just another level in my opinion. But you've got the Lord of the Rings logo at the top there, electronic Eye of Sauron, some toy photography, as well as a bit of a bio, which I will include in the description if you want to have a read of that. And then just a notation about the batteries and how to work the play feature. A ton of legal garb at the bottom there. And well, that's basically the packaging out of the way and done with. So let's take a look at the figure itself. So here we have the Eye of Sauron. This is possibly the weirdest figure release in the entire Toybiz line, and dare I say the most cheekiest. Because really this does feel like a glorified McDonald's toy. There's no articulation with this, really. It's certainly incredibly underscaled. I mean, this little culvert here should be the size to fit an actual character, and naturally the whole thing should be a lot bigger if that was the case. So this is a really scaled down Eye of Sauron. I'm not sure what Toybiz were thinking, because I think really the entire line as a whole really took into consideration playability, toyeticness, you know, things that really sell to kids. And while this does have a play feature, it's just a glorified desk toy. And I'm pretty sure parents would get really annoyed with this, just because the play feature gets old pretty damn fast. So just to demonstrate, as we look to the back here, there's this button of which can move in different directions. So if I just demonstrate that for you, when you move the button at the back, you can kind of move, you can, like I was trying to say, there's this button of which can move in different directions. You can move the actual eye here itself and then the eye inside, so you can gaze at whoever be holding the ring. But again, when you start moving it, it does the annoying sound effect of... If I was a parent to a child that owned this thing and they constantly played that, I would end up lobbing this at the wall. It would be okay if there was different sound effects, but just having it do the one sound effect on loop of... It just gets old really quick. What would have been nice is if there was an option to actually switch the sound effect on or off, more aptly, and have that light up feature and moving eye just separately. That would have been a really cool feature, but due to the fact that it's built into the functionality of that single button, it's a big misstep. Also, just to mention as well, the battery pack is located just within here. That's one problem I have with some of these figures, is the fact that they use very, very different batteries. There's no real standard precedent throughout the line. They're an amalgamation of AA's, AAA's, very specific watch batteries, of which for this particular figure felt like a very unnecessary effort to go through in finding to replace. Like I did say, it is a bit of a glorified McDonald's toy, which I feel like it's a little bit of a disservice to it because there is some really cool sculpting, there's some cool detailing, and to get that play feature to work must have took a little bit of engineering, really. I'm just really not sure what they were going with it. Certainly for a fan who wants a desk piece, like a desk buddy, this is great. Maybe not with the sound effects, because if you've got this blaring off in the office, you're going to get some weird looks. So if you're going to do that, maybe remove the batteries. But as a toy for kids, I'm not really understanding the thought process on this thing. But there's some cool sculpting, there's some cool detailing. I love the red and yellow and orange colour transition around near the eye. The eye itself is really nicely painted within that translucent flame plastic. That looks pretty rad. And of course the paint transition sort of ends towards the lower part, and you've just got this really cool sculpted detailing. The sound piece is disguised at the back there, and then of course you've got the button like I did demonstrate, and some little painted window detailing just to set it off a little bit more. It is worth noting that when it is in the packaging, the Try Me button is located here, but as soon as you take a piece out of that switches it just to be controlled via this. So there was some cool thought process in terms of the button functionality. It just could have done with that extra thought process into the sound effect as well. But this is a really, really weird one. I'm not too sure what to make of it. It's so weird that I needed to get it, but even having it in hand, I'm a bit like, why? It's an anomaly. I'd be curious to see if any of you guys had this back in the day. Let me know in the comments down below. And while this is me, Daniel East 1000, sign out. Thank you very much for watching.
Dark Lord Sauron.